Alright, time for another DraftPhysics.com, DebatePhysics.com also. Video presentation 3. Yeah, that's the one. 3 we want. 3. Alright, part 3. Yeah. I don't know if I get to any of the comments. I think I want to just play some of this. There's some gun nutter who comes on next. And so I think that should be interesting. So this is the NASA woman, Tabalina, who doesn't understand the distinction between MV and MV squared, and that those are two different definitions of something called energy. That for Newton, Descartes, and Galileo, it was E equals mv. It wasn't very complicated. Force equals mv, not complicated. And their Leibnizian physics is E equals 1/2 mv squared. Back then it was only mv squared. And clearly they create two different definitions of the amount of capacity something has to move other objects. They're claiming things have more capacity to move things if they are moving faster. So two things with the same momentum but different kinetic energies, they will move more things if they have more kinetic energy. That's their assertion, and the facts indicate it never happens, that you never can collect this kinetic energy. It never shows up anywhere. In car crashes, ballistic pendulums, in navigating in space. It doesn't ever show up as a tested fact.
Say that I did like your position on
Are you talking about my hair? You want me to start picking on your appearances? Is that what you want to play? Do you want to play some sort of appearance game?
Yeah, you could say that to John Jay.
Can I do that right now? Can I play those games right now?
Yeah, to John Jay. Definitely.
Yeah, well, to John Jay, I don't know how heavy he is, so I can't make fat jokes about John Jay.
Well, maybe he is.
Yeah, right. So I'm just saying, let's waste more time on nonsense, because that's what you're all about.
Yeah, so the jackass reads a comment by one of the moron chatters. A stupid, ragged, useless comment. That's what he does. He points it out. So in all of this chat, the best he could do was some crack about my hair. There wasn't any physics arguments in the chat, just stupid, moronic, imbecilic, childish crap.
Is the joke. Science is a fucking joke. That's what you're demonstrating overtly. It's all
Yes, glib, jackass, stupid fucktards.
a fucking joke.
Gary,
Let's focus on what we can agree on.
We can't agree on anything, but you don't even understand the concept. You keep saying, well, yes, there's an M and there's a V. Yes, there's an M and a V. And yes, we like the one with the 2 above it. We like that V better. I mean, it's so fucking idiotic.
Which is aether is ridiculous.
Oh, brother. So let's just point out that Einstein basically did admit that bent space is an ether. Okay, because he basically did agree. Well, you can't bend nothing. It's got to be something, doesn't it? Jesus.
There you go.
Whatever. That's just too obvious. But go ahead.
There we go.
We're in agreement on that.
Yeah.
And we agree that you're imbecile, so yes, we agree on that.
For sure.
But gravity is a force. It's not some bent geodesic.
Well, in our reference frame, it's a force. Yeah.
Photons. I mean, photons come out of the sun. It's the inverse square law. It's exactly the same mechanics as a bent geodesic.
Well, you're on a different topic.
You see this asshole now, he's just, what's the point of that? He doesn't want to hear the argument. So he does this later when he plays a Professor Lewin clip, and I tell him, well, why don't play the part that doesn't matter, just get to the part that does matter. No, he just wants to waste time. And so I pointed out the fact that, well, look at the carts, and you can observationally look at them and say, does that cart look like it's twice as heavy? He wouldn't do that. So these people don't want to know the truth.
All light coming off of the sun. The bent geodesic caused it.
Different topics.
It's really not different topics. They're all the same topic. It's motion in the universe, if you didn't understand that. But that's what this topic is, jackass.
Yeah, I can do all the topics. That's
All right.
I'm
Kate,
well-versed.
are you good? We're ready?
I'm good. I'm
right.
good. That was hilarious.
All right. I think
Oh God, it's just amazing the stuff that gets employed on this planet. You're just saying, how do these people have jobs? How's it possible? Somebody pays them real money? Amazing.
Thank you. We got Leslie coming in. While Leslie is coming in, let's see. JSS Tiger is saying, is he saying that 1 gram times 1,000 meters per second equals 1,000 grams times 1 meter per second squared?
I know. Why would I say meters per second squared? Why would I do that? That's just, you're just saying, no, it's 1,000 atoms moving 1 mile an hour, same thing as one atom moving 1,000 miles an hour. How can they mess that up? Well, because they want to mess it up. They don't want to deal with anything real.
Well, I don't know why one side is squared and the other side isn't squared. So
That's what he's asking you.
A 1
Yeah.
squared is 1. So obviously, I'm saying, yes, of course, I'm saying that obviously that's exactly what happens with a bullet and the recoil of the gun. They have exactly the same momentum, and one of them has 1,000 times more energy.
All right.
Absolute fact.
Yeah, nothing. So they don't. They think that's not the actual subject of the dilemma. It just points to it right there. You can see it. mv squared creates 1,000 times more energy in one object than the other object. 1,000 times.
All right, Caitlin.
All right.
Astro Kate, thanks for popping in. We got Leslie joining right now.
All right. See you later.
So I have to go find these people. Have to.
All right, Gary. All right, yeah. So I'm not sure. I think JSS Tiger was just trying to interpret what you were saying. Let's see, pentaxastine.
So none of it is very complicated, right? I mean, how do you need to interpret 1,000 atoms 1 mile an hour, one atom 1,000 miles an hour? How is that subject to any kind of interpretation? The simple claim that those are the same capacity to move matter in the universe. Those two quantities of motion will do the same action in the universe.
Astane says
I have
it's
12 5-minute videos on the Debate Physics channel. 12 5-minute videos going through all the reasons why kinetic energy is nonsense. So watch one of them.
okay. All right. We've got. Let's see. Pentaxastine says it's amazing. He's so bent under pressure. His behavior reflects poorly on him. I feel.
Yeah. Why would he read this? I should come prepared with my own fucking ridicule of you, you four-eyed jackass, you stupid motherfucking glib piece of crap. God damn. I mean, what the fuck is wrong with you, you stupid shit? But this is the whole gaslighting bullshit. This is the gameplay, you know. Ugh, it's disgusting. You people are just disgusting that you watch this asshole.
Feel shame.
Yeah, well, I feel the same thing towards all of you buffooners.
All right.
Contempt for your nonsense.
All right.
No.
Yeah, he's making money. Here's the ad. Okay, so he's making money making fun of people. That's his fucking goddamn agenda on the internet, and you jackasses reward that shit. Oh. Should have been here, I think. Well, anyway. If you didn't miss anything. It's funny how tacky the commercials are on YouTube. It's just shyster after shyster after shyster. So it's just like these flat earth debunkers. It's just the same character of humanity revealed. So this is stupid, moronic, cement-headed Leslie.
Here, Leslie, why don't you introduce yourself so people know?
I'm an asshole who can't figure out how to turn his mic on.
No, his mic isn't working.
Oh, he's always fighting his mic. There we go.
No, I forget to unmute it.
I'm so busy wrapping presents for Christmas.
It's boomer trouble.
You hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, I spent a lot of time as a chief cook and bottle washer in a laboratory, and actually, I was a physicist before I decided that I didn't want to do physics, and I became an engineer.
Yeah, whatever that means. Yeah, right. Went from, I was a physicist, and then I decided to become a pot washer. Yeah, sure you did.
And that was about when I was 21, so I guess, 3 or 4 years ago, I did that. I've certainly handled a lot of situations, a lot of physical situations in the lab, and also as an engineer and as a design engineer, and handled many things.
Well, he's not going to tell you exactly what they were, but yeah. So nothing notable, I guess. He invented the double, triple cushion for a chair.
Anything else you want me to say, Mike?
No, that's all good.
Okay, all right. Mike puts up with me. I have no idea why, but he does. So, Gary, you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay.
So he's an engineer. He can't figure out that if everybody else is hearing him, I'm hearing him too. I was the guy that pointed out your mic doesn't work, retard. Oh, fuck.
So I think we agree, just check me if I'm wrong, that if I take a gun and I fire the bullet, that the bullet and the gun are going to have the same momentum.
Yes, I learned this in grammar school, yes.
Yeah, okay, we're just trying to set up a common base here. So they have the same magnitude of momentum in the opposite direction. That is due to not just Newton's third law, it's Newton's first, second, and third laws.
Well, no, the first, second, and third, no, it's the third law. That's why there's 3 laws, is because they're a little bit different, okay? The third law is the one that really points out that it's equal and opposite action-reaction. So, fuck you.
Because that's what momentum is the combination of Newton's first, second,
It's just too stupid.
and third laws. There are 2 probably most fundamental laws in physics. One is the conservation of momentum, which is never, ever violated. So
this was supposed to be, where some asshole would have something to ask me or some kind of, challenge, and this babble is supposed to be getting somewhere, and it's not getting anywhere.
don't try and say that we're saying momentum is violated, because we know it is never violated. The other more significant, perhaps, is, of course, the second law of
Right, so there's just no point in saying momentum is never violated when you think you can destroy momentum by canceling it. So, it really doesn't matter how many times I say it, but I take 2 steel balls and a pendulum and they bang into each other and they keep bouncing into each other. They don't create a bunch of heat. But if I stop them from bouncing, then they'll burn a piece of paper. It's just an absolute fact. You can't cancel energy.
that makes
All right. I'm just saying, if I show you a Professor Lewin video where he creates 3 momentum...
let me talk.
No, why should I let you talk? You're not playing by the rules, fucktard. I don't have any obligation to waste my time listening to Joe Fucktard.
No, let me talk. I don't care about your video.
Yeah, exactly. So there's no point. You don't care about what I'm arguing or the experiments I'm arguing. And he just said it. He doesn't want to see. He doesn't want to hear what Professor Lewin did. It's not interesting.
You don't care about experiments, right? I got it. Okay.
No, I do. I'm not, but I want you to do the experiment. Or
I
you
want
and me.
you to- no, I want you to show me your
You and
evidence.
me. Well, I've got plenty of evidence. So
So he says he's got plenty of evidence, right? There's no evidence. All right, so what this is all about, so I think I'll just draw a little bit here, is the fact that this is too complicated for apparently engineers and other morons. It's just, they can't get up to speed. Do I use that camera? No. Just getting out of my way so I can see. All right, so I don't need that, and I do need this. Yeah, there it is. All right, so it's just a simple argument. So he's conceding that the gun recoil, okay, is the same momentum as the bullet. So it's basically demonstrating also that that's exactly what the perfect lever would predict. Okay, that these two things are going to be equal. So if I could put 1,000 pounds at 1 unit of distance, I could put 1 pound 1,000 units of distance, they would equal each other. So it's just proving the whole thing. If Lewin did the experiments, you you have a spring between a 1 and a 2 mass. Jesus, it always is this way. Running out of ink. And then you can do a 1 mass and a 3 mass, and you can go to 1 mass and a 4 mass for the spring, and it always works. The momentum is conserved. Okay, the same momentum goes in both directions. Okay, so it works as a theory. Now his argument is because the recoil of the gun is 1,000 atoms. Okay, let's just say, for the sake of argument, the bullet's 1 atom, so it's 1,000 to 1 ratio in masses, that he can say that it doesn't, the faster velocity somehow means it has more energy, when all the faster velocity means is the energy it has, it's going to impose it on a surface faster. So if a surface is sitting here, okay, now obviously the surface area argument's obvious, okay, we talk about that. So if you change the surface area of the impact, obviously it will penetrate further than if you hit it with some kind of pancake or something, and the pressure is spread over the surface. So you definitely would change how much penetration there is. But it really isn't. Penetration isn't the definition of energy. Okay, it's the number of atoms and molecules and electrons and protons that you give your momentum to. It's the number of bowling pins you actually move. The 8-pound bowling ball going 16 miles an hour has the same energy as the 16-pound ball going 8 miles an hour. It's just that the 8-pound ball will give away its energy quicker. Now, to bowling pins, it doesn't matter. The quickness isn't going to change anything. But to complex atomic surfaces, it does matter, because they have to transfer the energy. The heat has to dissipate through them. So you can understand, I can break a glass by exposing it to a lot of heat quickly. And then I could slowly heat it up to thousands of degrees and it won't break. Okay, because I gave it time to absorb the heat. And so we know that you break surfaces if you try to force the surface to absorb more energy than it can transmit through it. So it's just like breaking the sound barrier. You're not creating more energy to break the sound barrier, okay? It's the same amount of energy. It's not the way I wanted to say it. It's just how you're applying the energy. So I could take something much bigger, okay, and let it travel at a much slower speed, and it'll never cause a sonic boom. Or I can take a smaller object and move it fast, and it will cause a sonic boom. It's not because it has more energy. It's because it disrupted the matter in a way the matter couldn't adjust to it. So it looks like it's more happening. But if you actually picked at each one of the molecules and each one of the atoms, you would find that the recoiling gun is going to move just as many atoms in the universe as the speeding bullet. And this is the argument they can't understand, that if you actually add up all the heat it would create. So if you took the Joule tank, right, the tank of water, all right, and you just let the recoiling gun go into the tank of water, and then you shot the bullet into the tank of water, they're going to heat the water exactly the same amount, because they have the same amount of energy, collectible energy. All right. Should be enough of a preface. All right, so what do I want to get rid of? I'll get rid of that, and we'll put this back on, and that should work.
Let's talk first, okay? So I'm going to be happy to do an experiment with you. I'm going to take a 44 Magnum, and I'm going to hold it against my chest. I'm going to point the muzzle at you, and I'm going to pull the trigger right at your chest. So according to you, momentum is the only thing we have to consider. the momentum.
So, of course, it's not according to me that that's the only thing you have to consider. So, obviously, I've said it millions of times, surface area has to be considered, and the fact that how fast are you imposing the change on the substance. The cup can't, like I said, any kind of glass can't take a fast increase in heat, but it can take if you impose the heat gradually, it can take, thousands of degrees.
Is identical, so you'll be happy for me to pull that trigger as many times as you want, right, as I want, correct?
You're saying that it doesn't matter what the...
I mean, it's so illogical for him to say I'd be happy for him to pull the trigger. I'm going to get shot in every case, and all you're really saying is maybe in some cases you get killed. So why the fuck would I say that, you stupid turd? God, it's such a stupid example.
shape of the object is. So if I take a pancake and throw it at you, or I take a pointed arrow and I throw it at you with the same energy, I should expect the same result.
No,
you
said.
Oh, so obviously the bullet is much smaller. The bullet is much smaller. It's hitting a less surface area. Okay, that's one variable. The second variable is it's imposing the energy in a much shorter amount of time.
So, like I said, they can't understand this basic, simple argument that cracking the egg, right? I can catch an egg. I can gradually decelerate it and the egg doesn't break. Or I can force the egg, okay, to accept a huge change, a huge G-force, if you want to call it that, a transition in its state. And obviously the egg will collapse and break. It's not because anything had more energy. It's just because in one case I gradually decelerate it, and in the other case I don't. So we have a different outcome, but nothing in the equation is different. I'm going to still stop it in both cases. In one case, I'm not going to gradually stop it. I'm going to stop it abruptly. Same force will be imposed on my hand either way. I'm just in one case taking the force gradually, and in the other case, I'm saying, give me it all once. And the egg can't do that. Doesn't mean the egg had more energy when it broke. You fucking idiots.
Those are two really important variables, and you're ignoring them.
No, you're ignoring them because you say all that we have is momentum.
That's all there is.
So, right? I just pointed out the two variables, and he says, all I'm saying is all we have is momentum. Yes, there's no kinetic energy. So, I mean, they keep phrasing this as somehow this proves kinetic energy, because there are two other variables, the surface area and how quickly you're absorbing the energy, because you have those two real variables that somehow I'm arguing for kinetic energy. No. I mean, they're just such cheaters.
Yes.
So, in other words, you're going to be happy for me to shoot you because it's the same momentum.
No, pointed arrows are more effective at penetrating human beings. That's what I'm saying.
Has nothing to do.
Of course, it has something to do with it.
No, it doesn't.
So watch
well,
this.
show me the point on the gun when you put it to your.
So now he's gonna just do something really stupid, okay? Because he's trying to think on his feet, and he's gonna fuck up royally.
Chest. Show me how it had a profile of 1 millimeter or 3 millimeters.
Sure.
Show me that profile.
Are you?
I'll be happy. Hold on. I'll be happy to put a needle on the gun and hold.
Right. So he thinks a 44 Magnum, the recoil of a 44 Magnum, won't shove the needle right through him. Sorry. You made a mistake there, Chuckles. Leslie.
Hold it to my chest.
Right. Now that's one variable, and you know the needle's going to go right through you, right?
No, it isn't. No, it won't.
So it's no. It's only a 44 Magnum. I need a cannon to make the needle go through me. I mean, come on. Anybody who's actually stuck a needle in human flesh knows it's really easy. Oh, tiny amount of force.
It will
Okay,
not.
I think everybody who's used a gun knows that if I put a needle on a recoiling gun, it's going to go right into my flesh. No doubt about it.
No, not really. I mean, if you,
Oh, come on. Come on.
Oh, it's just too stupid. So yeah, he made a big mistake, and now he's stuck with it, and he won't let it go. Okay, I shouldn't have said a needle.
Okay,
Gary,
ludicrous.
it's
do
not
you
going to
know?
go-
But hold on, does Gary know that the non-pointy bullets are a little more lethal than the?
Ah, brother, isn't that amazing? You know, and why? Because they create turbulence as they're going through the flesh, so they're being slowed down more. Oh, god damn. Imbeciles.
The pointy bullets?
It's not about
Yeah,
lethal.
okay.
That's exactly right, because the non-pointy one does more ripping and tearing, okay? So this is like a karate argument. I can put a big giant mass on a piece of board and the board won't break. But if I hit the board quickly, the board
If you start
breaks.
talking karate,
Again,
So everything is this. Everything he has to interrupt every fucking point with some idiotic dog do about his association with this shit he calls an audience.
grammar school physics.
then
Grammar school
McFlatty's going to show up and he's going to karate everybody. So be careful.
I'm just saying,
what
it's
is
grammar
the-
school physics.
Gary, what is the difference?
I just
Why?
pointed out the difference.
No, you didn't.
Surface area, and the time in which the force is being imposed.
Right. So you can decelerate an egg and it won't break, or you can force it to decelerate in a very short period of time and it will break. Duh. Doesn't mean the egg had any more energy.
Obviously, the bullet imposes all of its force very quickly. Force moves through steel at the speed of sound in steel. So
Yeah, but
if
that's not
even you
relevant.
shot a
That's
piece
not
of
relevant.
steel,
That's not relevant.
So he just said it's not relevant. Of course it's relevant. That's the same thing with the airplane making the sonic boom. There's a pressure wave created. The stuff breaks down. That's why there is sound, frankly, is because you're breaking down the system and causing a pressure wave to move through the atoms. So that's another thing they probably will. It'll probably take another 100 years for mankind to figure out that all sound transmissions are sonic booms. The little hairs on my larynx are moving like whips faster than the speed of sound. They're making little sonic booms, and then my face and jaws and all that shit takes all of those little booms and makes it into words.
can't possibly transfer the energy, so it tears the thing apart because it can't transfer the energy. You put the energy
You
in
could
so
say
fast.
that.
Yeah, so if I took the energy of a bullet, okay, and I spread it out over time, you could understand that, oh yeah, there's a little dent. It's making a little dent. It's making a little dent. It's not going to be an issue.
You could say that all day long, but it's just nothing but
There are
bullshit.
two real variables, right? I'll take it all day long and I'll be absolutely right, okay? So I'm just going to be absolutely right, and you can pretend you're right, but I'm saying I'll even bet I can get physicists to agree I'm absolutely right that it matters how fast you impose a force and it matters how much surface area you hit.
Surface area is
So a minute ago he was denying it, right? And the needle won't go through his flesh.
makes a difference, but
Oh, it's just so, it's so interesting too because, all of this gun technology, they actually, they made more and more effective guns by not allowing the exhaust gases to escape. So when they did that, it made the guns recoil a lot worse because you weren't just letting the force escape, you were keeping it in the gun to reload the gun, to eject the shell and do work. And because you kept it in the gun, it made the recoils of the gun more significant.
if I take, let's say instead of a bullet-shaped bullet, I took two gun-shaped things. One of them was a heavy gun, one of them was a light gun. I held the heavy gun to my chest. The other is a gun-shaped
Right, so he still doesn't get the speed argument. So he doesn't understand how it's about how long you're applying the force, how much time you're giving the object to absorb the force. So he just keeps pretending that it doesn't matter how quickly you impose a force, when of course it does. So again, I just use the example of the heated ceramic or the heated glassware. A dishwasher can break a glass because it heats it too quickly, you know. But I can also, if I do it right, I can put it in thousands of degrees of centigrade heat and it will survive because I did it gradually.
Object that only weighs, let's say, well, 50 grains, and shot it at you, it will kill you. Okay?
I'm not going to argue the same argument over and over again. This is
No,
such
you're not
a
answering it.
pointy,
You're not
narrow argument. You're talking about imposing the force in a under different variables. If you impose the force under different variables, you'll have a different outcome.
Now, can you make it any simpler, right? If you impose the force under different variables, it will look different. It'll do something different. Just as the bullet's motion doesn't look like, right? A speeding bullet doesn't look like a recoiling gun, but you can factually understand that it's the same thing because this is 1,000 atoms moving one velocity, and that's one atom moving 1,000 velocity. God damn, these people are stupid.
It's the same amount of force. 1,000 people going 1 mile an hour is the same as one person going 1,000 miles an hour. If I want to knock down a brick wall, those two things are going to knock down just as many bricks.
So, you know, just a fact, momentum works. Momentum does work. Kinetic energy can't do any work. And the reason why it can't do any work is because it's not real. Oh, fuck.
Gary, you're wrong.
You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong.
You are completely wrong. Okay?
You want to put some money on it? You want to put some money, but you're a little bit too old to wait.
Yeah, there's no point. You won't survive the proof. But anyway, yeah, maybe I won't, you know, so. It's all part of the charm of existence that you don't get to know how much time you have.
Wager with, but you know, frankly, you buffoons will be showing yourself for what you are.
I love it.
Right, so that's all we need. It's on the record, okay? The stupid, chubby, fat piece of turd makes these accusations and he can't understand a simple concept. I mean, he can't understand catching an egg gracefully versus just absorbing the force in a millisecond, and how that affects the egg. He's too fucking stupid.
When Witsit says he want to put money on it, Witsit is good at that too.
I know, right? So the fact is, Gary, okay, that the difference is the energy. Okay, that is the difference.
Then why?
Yeah, then why can't they collect it with a ballistic pendulum?
Did you collect it? Why can't a ballistic pendulum collect the energy?
What do you mean? Why can't a ballistic energy?
I already went through the example 600 times, but a 2,000 joule bullet goes into the ballistic pendulum, and all it collects is 1/1000th of those joules.
Where's the measurements?
Okay, so they're going to deny, like I said, I played the video, right? I mean, I couldn't explain the setup any clearer, and they're denying the existence of this simple experiment that's been done thousands of times. Amazing. I mean, this is stuff you see on CSI and shit, okay? This isn't fucking hidden science. They really don't understand that you can try to collect the energy of a bullet by creating a substance that'll absorb most of the energy in the same direction that the bullet's moving, and you can try to absorb it. And the fact is you can't absorb all of it. All of its momentum, but you absorb none of its kinetic energy.
I told you, go watch the Professor Lewin video. Where's the measurement?
It's simply not true.
It's just pathetic, really. It's just amazing. So they're denying their own physicists, the physicists. They're denying the experiments physics routinely does. I mean, it's routine. Oh.
Okay, so good. I got you on that. I got you.
It's
You're
simply
getting
not
the
true.
water. This is an experiment that's been done 1,000
Yeah, I've done
times.
it. I've done it myself several times.
You've actually collected the joules of energy of the bullet with a ballistic pendulum.
Of course,
What percentage?
100%.
Okay, so ridiculous. Never happened on.
Okay, I guess it's never happened on planet Earth. If you collect more than 1/1000th, that if you collect 1.1/1000th, okay, of the energy, then you make free momentum. That's the paradox. So you either have to explain how you made free momentum, or you have to explain why you didn't collect 99.94% of the kinetic energy. That's the paradox. You can't make it any clearer. I mean, it's just so obviously you're fucked. Because if you actually collect 98.9%, well, then you made free energy. You made free momentum.
Planet Earth never has happened anywhere on this planet. Complete
Because you
flat
keep
Earth,
saying that. You keep saying that,
flat
but you're
Earth
wrong.
nonsense.
You're just wrong.
Okay, so I'm just saying, no one will ever show me a ballistic pendulum collecting more than 99.9% of the kinetic energy. Okay, can't do it.
Okay.
You're just wrong, and you just proved it overtly. You said something ridiculous.
No, I didn't.
Professor Lewin couldn't collect anything more than 1/1000th of the energy.
What do you
He's
mean
a fucking
collect?
physics
How-
professor, and he
How did
couldn't
he?
do it.
How did he measure that?
Yeah, how do you measure it?
The ballistic pendulum moves. You don't know what a ballistic pendulum.
So yeah, they don't know what a ballistic pendulum is. So I mean, there was no point in making my 5-minute argument because they didn't pay attention to anything in that video. Just ignored everything said. Amazing.
Is.
Well,
It's a
yeah,
pendulum.
But how did
It's
he?
a heavy
But how
mass,
did he
so it
measure
moves
that?
a certain amount at a certain velocity. You can measure the velocity. It tells you how much fucking
Eric.
goddamn energy it collected.
Eric, no, you can't.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't, you moron.
No, you're an idiot.
Yeah, it's just amazing. Yeah. So when people can't agree on just something so obvious, this is just the truth. You can't deny the experimental result. I mean, do I have to replay all of this crap over and over and over again? I mean, shouldn't there be some point where some consensus will agree that yes, it's true that ballistic pendulums only collect a tiny percentage of the kinetic energy, a minuscule percentage. And what they do collect is the momentum.
Where do you, have you ever seen a video or at least a picture of a lead pellet hitting the wall?
Oh, brother. So, so we're just going to keep saying the same shit over and over again. Oh, God, amazing. So if I converted the gun into a very narrow steel bar, have you ever seen that hit the wall? Oh, idiot.
Again, you keep doing the same thing. You keep ignoring the variables.
I'm not ignoring anything.
Yes,
I'm
you
not
are ignoring the variables. The very variables that decide.
Shut up.
Oh, fuck you. Yeah, no, you're on my clock, fucker. Ugh, Jesus. Obnoxious. Yeah, we should
No,
finish this.
fuck you.
Shut
Here, you're a little worked up there. Try to.
No, I don't have
Try to
to.
collect
I don't
yourself
have to
a little.
indulge in the same argument over and over again. There are variables. You don't know what variables are in an experiment. I'm sorry you're so pathetically stupid that you don't know that there's variables.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
pathetically stupid.
Oh, the
my
top
goodness,
left.
Yeah.
Gary, Kegel44 is asking Gary,
No, you Kanko 44. One of my super friends.
when did you work as a professional engineer on spacecraft?
Yeah.
And so that's the standard. When did you? What the fuck? It's hilarious. This is their standard. You can't argue the argument. You have to argue people's resume.
I did. My father did. Okay, and I didn't claim
Oh,
to
so
that.
you
My
didn't.
father.
Okay.
I didn't.
Yeah, so
Okay.
Wait a minute. I guess let me finish my statement, okay? But I did work in a machine shop, and we worked
Yeah.
with all kinds of mechanical devices. I
Yep.
built fucking robots, so I have a huge volume of mechanical experience.
does it make a difference that I own a machine shop?
Of course, it doesn't make any difference if
Well, then why are you bringing it up?
machine shop.
Why are you bringing it up?
Never mind that measuring contest.
So again, what is it? What's the point of it? So it just matters on whether you own a machine shop, then you know the truth? Yeah, it's just ridiculous.
How is this? This is a competition of our certain vitae or something. We're going to compare our certain vitae. You're not going to have a physics argument. Instead, you're going to argue about whether you're chubbier than I am.
You were bragging.
You're
You were
obviously
bragging.
heavier than I am. Yeah,
Gary,
obviously.
you were bragging about your
I
creds there.
wasn't bragging. I was just using it as a reference.
Yes,
This
you
is
were.
where
Yeah.
I got my knowledge from.
Yeah.
Ah, cool. Got it.
What happened? Will you agree that the pendulum, or whatever it was that you're using to hit the pendulum?
Oh, so he says he knows what it is and he's done it, and then he says, "What is that pendulum thing you're talking about?" I mean, they're so dishonest. Oh, so dishonest.
He doesn't even
Had a certain energy. Had a certain energy. Do you agree?
They collected it. It's momentum. It's called its momentum. The bullet went in with
no, Gary, it isn't.
it's an MV,
No.
a mass and a velocity. That's what it fucking had. That's what he fucking measured. It's mass and velocity.
Jesus Christ, there's nothing else to measure. You can't measure square. You can only measure the mass and the velocity. Now, if you choose to square it, that's your business. But the only thing that can actually be measured is the mass and the velocity of the pendulum. That's all that can be measured. There's nothing else to measure. You fucking idiot.
You're an idiot.
You're a fucktard.
Well, all right.
Yes, I am, but you're an idiot.
All right. I think
fact
this
is- the fact
this is
is-
degraded. This is degraded.
The fact is,
All right, hold it, Leslie. We're gonna stop this one. I'll get Brenda's queued up here, but John Jay says I don't know if Gary is real or poing, but I've met real people like him who think they know my profession better than I do. I just smile and walk away. By the way,
Oh yeah, just smile and walk away. You're just all such glib, useless sacks of goddamn shit. You have no integrity, you have no balls at all. If you're gonna type that shit, why don't you make a video, you weak ass? John Jay, whatever the fuck that was. I have to go find that little Weasley cunt.
Astrocade is awesome. Is she single? Oh wait, I'm not. Never mind.
can I just finish real quick here, please, Mike?
Yeah.
Single.
Try
She's
that.
at least
Yeah.
a
So-
double
What
or a
happened to
triple.
the
She's not a
temperature
single.
Of the ball of the pendulum. What happened to the temperature of the pendulum?
Well, that's the extra. See, they only collected 1.8. See, the extra 2 were stuck inside the clay as heat. But they didn't
My
measure.
goodness.
They
Oh,
didn't
my
measure. They didn't, no,
goodness.
your physics hasn't done any of these clinical experiments. None.
Yes, we have.
No, you're claiming that
Yeah, constantly.
1999 joules of heat in the ballistic pendulum. Well, show me. And heat
That's
is
good.
collectible. Heat is collectible, by the way, right? So I can just put a thermocouple next to the pendulum and I
Yeah.
can collect it as electricity.
And have you?
Huh? I'm saying you have they.
Have they?
Yeah, it's always shifting the burden.
Hey, physics should have its own set of experimental evidence, right? Why I have.
I mean, it's such duplicity. They don't have to do any experiments. They can just assert their dogma. Okay, that's it. I'm the one who has to prove evolution. You know, it's just such bullshit. No, I could just assert it, just like they're asserting it.
Standard conspiracy theorist. Shifting.
I mean, you know, again, so why should I take that kind of accusation from this piece of scum? This fucking four-eyed piece of scum. Why this piece of scum thinks he can make that kind of accusation? I've never implied or talked about or suggested a conspiracy. Religion isn't a conspiracy. It's evidence that human beings are morons, and you're behaving just like them.
The burden.
Nothing
Yeah.
but nothing but.
It's the same. It's the same argument with a different background
Hypocrisy.
that I've been, for
We
5
don't have
years.
to produce evidence. You do.
We've done it.
Yeah, you just deny it.
Yeah, where is it? He says I denied it. He didn't show any evidence, didn't link to any evidence, didn't do a damn thing. Nothing. No evidence of any collection of kinetic energy anywhere. Ugh, fucking liar.
Yeah, you just deny it. You just deny it. Yeah.
Show me.
They didn't have
Me.
They didn't have video when I was
Okay,
Yeah.
well, I'm
It
just
has to be
saying
video.
that.
Yeah, they really technically did, frankly, fatty. Okay? I mean, they had it like, let's see, when was the video? I think I bought a video camera when I was like 25. So, and then they had Super 8 before that, which was quite usable. I have home movies of me as a little kid 64 years ago. So what the fuck are you talking about?
You're just adding
Leslie, have you seen
evidence.
I was talking with Nathan Thompson way back in the day and mentioned something that was from an old experiment, right? Long
Yeah,
before.
I'll just play the
Long
professor
before-
tomorrow. I'll make a video tomorrow and I'll
Hold
play
on.
the professor
Long
clip
before-
again and again
Long
and again.
before video
and
existed.
I'll laugh my ass off.
Hold on, Gary. Long before video existed, and Nathan Thompson was like, "Where's the video of it?" Like, he's just like Gary. Like, if it didn't happen, if it's not on video, it didn't happen. That's his standard.
Yeah, recording things is really important. So that's another point about the Eddington experiment, okay, that I didn't bring up. But all of a sudden, all the slides were gone missing. So they couldn't really be reviewed again because the ones they used were gone missing. And that was like 3 years after the experiment, they went gone missing.
Attention. Have you recently lost New Jersey family?
Fuck that. All right.
Just like
All right.
religion. I'll just
All
tell
right.
you the
All right,
story of
Leslie.
the Holy Ghost. Here's
All right.
the Holy Ghost.
Hold on.
Look,
Leslie,
Yeah,
just
okay.
drop out here. We got Brenda on deck there. Let's see. Aaron Reese has said, Kate, why do pilots have to throw on landing flaps well before landing rather than at the last moment? Don't they prevent acceleration rather than bleed momentum? Yeah.
So what did that have to do with the subject of kinetic energy, right? It didn't have anything to do with it. But again, it certainly does have it to do with the fact that you can't abruptly slow the plane down or the wings will rip off. So you have to try to gracefully slow the plane down.
All right, Leslie. I mean,
You need to drop her.
I can boot you, but then you can't get back on the call later if we want. But
Oh, okay. All right. Hang on. Let me find it. Let me find it.
all right, it's all good. I'm
Stop
gonna
video, right? Stop
yeah.
video.
There you go. All right. All right. Brenda is on the way in. Let's see. The evidence hurts says replace knowledge with stupidity. That's flirfdom.
You don't
Yeah,
have
great
any
argument.
evidence. You don't have any evidence. You don't have. I've been asking for it all night. I haven't seen a single
All right.
shred of it.
I think we got Brenda.
So that's the truth, right? This asshole puts, it's about the evidence, in his tagline. And obviously he couldn't give a shit about evidence.
Brenda, are you connected? I can. It's not great.
That's because I'm on my phone.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Is that better?
That's a
That
woman.
is.
Yeah, I feel really kind of weird because you've got a PhD and an actual scientist and actual engineers, and I'm just nobody. I'm just a person that hangs
Oh, fuck hard. I don't remember this.
in these circles and stuff and tries to keep up with the smart kids. Are you okay?
Well, we just go ahead. Okay, do your introduction. Whatever
Okay.
this is.
Yeah, I fell asleep. I mean, what the fuck? Do I give a shit about any of this crap? I want to argue physics, okay? I don't want to know anything about your stupid, scuzzy, personal, gooey life. Oh, fuck you.
Go ahead, do it, please. No.
Say trust.
Okay.
I value my neurons. Okay, I like to use them all the time doing something constructive. I don't, like to just waste time.
Well, you're allowed to have fun and do serious things.
No,
You're
yeah.
allowed to do both,
Whatever.
right?
So again, this is another point they actually argued against. Okay, that all the great scientists. I mean, it's almost an exclusive club. didn't have any kind of personal life. I mean, nothing. Nothing.
Yeah, what is your problem with the cumulative velocity, right? You had an objection.
Galileo, yes, Galileo, who believed in momentum. Yes, we already know the velocity accumulates, not the frickin' acceleration. There's no extra acceleration. There's only 9.8 meters per 1 second. You only gain 9.8.
I just can't believe you have to keep saying this over and over and over again. They think when something moves 4 distances that somehow it collects 4 units of energy. When no, it's 2 seconds, 4 units of distance, 2 units of time, 2 9.8s, and its velocity proves it because the velocity is 19.6. What are you talking about? I mean, why is this argued? Shit.
Meters per each second. First second, 9.8. Second 19.6. Third second, 27, blah, blah, blah. Next second, 39, point, blah, blah.
Right. And when you multiply those together, you get a square function.
Yes, that's the distance covered because it's...
Yeah, it's 1, 3, 5, 7. So by the 4th second, you're getting 7 units of total distance because you've accumulated velocity. You haven't accumulated acceleration. You've accumulated velocity.
Going faster and faster, so it covers more distance. It's not a surprise. The distance did not create the force. The force is created by the 9.8 per second.
It's your velocity that makes it possible for you to travel more distance. You don't need any more acceleration. Once I accelerate you 4 units in gravity, you'll be going 7 units of distance for the rest of your trip, each second. You just won't gain anything more. That'll be your maximum speed. The end. I mean, it's just retarded. It's all for free. The first unit you pay for. The second unit, you get 2 units for free. The third second, you get 4 units for free. The fourth second, you get 5 units for free.
So when a projectile travels, let's say 1 meter, right? It contains at that 1 meter mark, it has a certain amount of momentum and kinetic energy, right?
And gravity.
Okay. It has a certain amount of momentum and kinetic energy. Why would I agree to that?
It has 9.8 after 10
I'm not talking about gravity. I'm talking about a continuous, an acceleration being applied to a projectile.
Well, how do we do that exactly? I've never seen the acceleration applied to a projectile that's that consistent. So what are you talking about, like a rocket engine or something?
Just something. Just as...
Yes, so instead of using the perfect mechanism, I think I point that out in the video. I mean, why don't you just use gravity? It's a perfect way to illustrate a precise addition of a precise amount of acceleration per second. It's a perfect mechanism for doing that.
Conceptual. This is conceptual. So you have a force being applied.
I mean, within a range, within a mile range or something. Obviously, the gravity changes as you fall for a great deal of distance.
To a projectile over the course of 1 meter. At the end of 1 meter, right, it has a certain amount of kinetic energy and a certain amount of momentum. Does it conserve that?
It has MV, okay? And again, it's your decision to put a square on the V for no good reason. Because Leibniz says so. There's no good reason. There's no experiment that compels you to do it. No experiment says, oh, you must put that 2 over that V. It wasn't invented because some experiment proved it.
Kinetic energy.
It conserves the fake numbers. So yes, there's no problem when you're not changing the mass. Both things you could say it's 300 joules, and momentum would say it's 100 momentums, and the lines will proportionally move because you haven't changed anything's mass.
So it's just such a, they're just so stupid. Oh my God, this is almost so fucking boring. But anyway, all right.
You have to transfer energy from different masses before you can screw up the equations.
Yeah, I'm pushing it. I can run really fast, and I'm pushing it at 1 meter per second the whole time. The whole meter, I'm pushing it with the exact the whole time. Right, and it has that kinetic energy, right?
The momentum line and the kinetic energy line will move exactly proportional because it's changing anything.
Well, I'm changing its speed.
You're just making up a number and saying the number is going to go from this number to a higher number to a higher number, and the kinetic energy number exaggerates that number, and that's all that's going to happen. As you increase the velocity, the kinetic energy will increase, but the momentum is only going to increase proportional in the sense that there's 1 unit per each unit of velocity.
Yeah, I'm just using single units, which is what you seem to want.
What a waste of time. I mean, you know, what's the point? I just don't understand. What's the person trying to say? It's totally incoherent to me that there's anything being said here. We know what its velocity is. You're squaring it for some reason. I'm asking, why would I bother squaring the velocity?
What to do? So I'm
We'll go back to the bullet and the 1,000 atoms going this way and the 1 atom going that way.
I don't care about that. So
Yeah, exactly. Don't care about the real subject.
after 1 meter, right, it has a certain amount of kinetic energy, right? And it keeps that energy, right? Because nothing else has changed other than I've been pushing it.
Yeah,
So in the second,
momentum says the same.
in the second meter, I keep pushing it. It accumulates. You add the energy it had the first meter to the second meter, and to the third, and to the fourth. You keep pushing it. You're not pushing it at a constant speed. You keep adding energy to the system. Therefore,
Yeah. So again, 4 times the distance is twice the time, and twice the velocity. Where in twice the time and twice the velocity is there some indication of 4 times the energy? Why would I think it's 4 times the energy? Why would I think twice the velocity is 4 times the energy? Why would I think 3 times the velocity is 9 times the energy? Why would I think 4 times the velocity is 16 times the energy? Why would I think 5 times the velocity is 25 times the force? Why would I think so?
energy increases.
Not by squared function. It doesn't increase by any squared function.
Yes, but
No, it doesn't.
you were denying. Yes, it does. That's literally
You
what it
keep
means.
saying it does. You have no evidence of the squared function being real. I can crash the cars and prove that it's not real.
No, this is just what math. We're just talking math now.
Well, you
We're just talking math. Is that what we were doing? Oh. And why is the math better than an experiment? So you just make up a formula. I say the formula is wrong. It's not based on any evidence, right? MV squared. No evidence supporting the theory. No physical experimental evidence supporting the theory. And I have to believe it because you wrote it down. That's their argument. It's the Bible. God wrote it. You have to believe it. You don't have a choice. We'll kill you if you don't believe our story.
You're talking math. I have no interest in broken, stupid, silly math that is completely wrong. 1/2 MB squared is a fable invented by a religious kook. That's your physics.
It's a definition.
Oh, it's a definition. Oh, amazing. Oh. God is the definition of our Lord.
It's wrong.
There's no such thing as a wrong definition.
Oh, amazing. So you can't doubt anything they say is true.
Oh, please, go.
There's no such thing as a wrong definition.
It's ridiculous. God said so. Why don't you just say God says so?
You could.
Yeah, that's all you're doing.
No,
You're telling me, here's my proof of 1/2 MB squared. God says the formula is the definition, the formula is right. I don't have to show you any evidence.
Yeah, then we would test it. We'd make.
Right. And how do you test it? You drop 1 pound 4 feet. I mean, 4 feet. You drop 4 pounds 1 foot, and you see if they do the same damage.
Oh,
Has your physics done that experiment? Oh no, we overlooked that, didn't we? All this time, we just ignored it.
We don't have to drop it. We can put it on an engine.
We know gravity is consistent and reliable. Why wouldn't we use it? It's a perfect force. It's perfect.
Oh, it's just amazing. It's just amazing.
What's perfect?
Gravity. It's the most reliable, dependable freaking mechanism there is. It's always 9.8. It's always reliable.
No, it's not.
Well,
varies.
it's close enough. Come on, close enough for the fucking
All
argument.
of a sudden, it's close enough.
Show me something that's better than gravity.
Dude, really?
Yeah, dude. Yeah. I mean, here they are. Well, why don't they want to use gravity for the experiment that's supposed to be, creating this the very definition of their theory. Again, the only reason why Leibniz said it was because he believed 4 pounds dropped 1 foot is the same energy as 1 pound dropped 4 feet. When it's not.
No, just you're sitting there making an assertion that you can't understand the concept that gravity is a perfect way of measuring things. Levers work, balances work.
Gary, you know why people might not want to talk to you? Because you're so angry.
And I don't have a reason to be. This tripe, this crap, this garbage, there's no reason to find it obnoxious and disgusting. Amazing. So this asshole says it's only 9.8 at the surface, for fuck's sake. No, it's 9.8 for about a mile, at least. So fuck you. The Earth is 4,000, the radius, 8,000 miles across its diameter. Miles really aren't going to matter much.
Angry because I've been insulted over and over again. You just come into this crap with these silly arguments that are absolutely ludicrous, claiming your formula's right. I keep saying, show me one freaking experiment, and you can't show me one, you can't describe one, you can't do any of it.
I showed you why the squared function is just...
Oh, so this is, they think because they wrote it on a piece of paper. I wrote down 1/2 mv squared equals E. I wrote on a piece of paper, therefore I've proved that that's the truth. Oh, God. I just can't believe people are this fucking dishonest.
Anything. That's just a lie. You showed nothing.
I did show you.
Show me it taking 25 times the fuel to spin a motor 5 times as fast.
You keep going to that one.
When you show me that, I walk out of this room apologizing to everyone.
You owe everybody an apology already.
My life,
really.
apologizing to every single person that was in this room tonight. I will apologize and give you all $10 bills if you can show me it taking 25 times the fuel to spin a motor 5 times as fast. Show me. It's over.
I don't. This is something you brought up before, and the other people haven't addressed. And I'd like to get more information from you about what you're talking about.
How it's what the theory demands. If 5 times the velocity is 25 times the energy, then it takes 25 times the energy to make it move 5 times as fast. Do you understand? You can't have free energy. You can't have free output without putting the input in. Oh.
What does angular momentum have to do with
it? Angular momentum. So again, the only reason why I used the spinning argument was to evade, physicist Michael played this idiotic game where he started talking about fucking Einstein's relativity to escape the fact that, it doesn't have to take 25 times the fuel because, we'll do our little gamma function. So that's why I made it a spinning object, just because it makes the gamma function ridiculous.
Angular, it doesn't matter. Show me a car using 25 times the fuel to go 5 times as fast.
Gary, grow up and stop bringing up the angular momentum.
Oh, fuck. So grow up and stop bringing up angular momentum. Angular momentum is the same as regular momentum. It doesn't change anything. It's the same momentum. It doesn't change. There's no difference between angular momentum. It's mv. It's a mass moving a velocity. It's the same, whether it's linear or rotational. It's exactly the same. The momentum is exactly the same.
When people ask you to clarify it.
Oh, God. Yeah, it's just so difficult. All right, anyway, probably enough for today. But, what disgusting human beings. Disgusting. All right, so we'll stop there. So bad.